Hello everybody. It's Tuesday. I would say happy Tuesday, but it is Talk Tuesday. I messed up my days last week and totally lost Tuesday, so I thought I'd do it this week. I'm out with Border Cody and a Burby. This also probably isn't the only video that I will be posting today. I've been recording for the past little bit, just haven't uploaded to YouTube quite yet. So there's a couple things I'll share within either today or tomorrow or something like that. So I'm sure you guys have heard that we're entering an emergency state. Or a state of emergency. And I was already shut down, so it doesn't really change much for me. The only thing that's not affected is boarding and boarding trains. But yeah, so instead of a January 25th start date for pack walk and training appointments and such, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to be okay again. Unfortunately, in the winter, it's a lot trickier than in the summer. Can't really guarantee to be able to do things outside because of the weather, right? Go. And with the stay-at-home orders, that like tricky logistics turns into zero logistics. So yeah, that's the news on that. And again, why I didn't say Happy Talk Tuesday. But on a training topic, which is really what these Tuesdays are supposed to be about. Do not hit me with that stick. Thank you. Go away. Go. No, I'm not throwing it. It's not a thing. It's happening. He's like, you don't know. If I look at you long enough. And, okay, so the topic I wanted to talk about today. Go. I actually had a couple phone calls about this. So I thought it would be a good one. Because Cody can do the same thing. So I wanted to talk about vocalizations. Generally speaking, most dogs don't vocalize unless they equate it to mean something. Now, dogs can yelp when they hurt, they can growl, stuff like that. But sometimes you get dogs that are complete and utter drama queens. Cody is one of them. Like, you step on his toe and he will scream and carry on and just completely freak out about it. And you got to kind of look at that almost like a temper tantrum. Like, he's not actually hurt. You have not completely destroyed his toe, contrary to his carrying-ons would tell you. And sometimes dogs can just come like that, like huskies, for example, are a very typical... Yeah, there we go. No, it's a stick. Huskies are stereotypical drama queens, and they're talkers. Like, if you don't want a dog that's going to vocalize a lot, husky might not be your breed. Boxers, at least in my experience, also very chatty. And again, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're okay with that, in fact, some people even enjoy it, like they have conversations with their dogs, then go for it. But in my case, I, generally speaking, don't chat with my dogs. If they have something to say, I want to hear it. But generally speaking, and by that I mean, like, if there is someone approaching the door and they're growling and barking, obviously that's totally fine with me because that's their job, right? But as soon as I say, okay, I see it, he stops because he's like, okay, my job is done. Or that's actually, leave it. I see it, thank you. Do not. Thank you. That's actually how we knew Murphy was so seriously ill. Murphy, out of it. Go. Was because he was yelping and screaming when he was moving. And that's not like when he's hurt. Murphy. Speaking of hurt. Interesting. When he's hurt, he will give like a yelp when it happens, and then there are other signs, like he'll start limping or something like that. Well, but because it was like every time he moved, he was screaming, we knew that there was something up. Okay, hold on. Have to try to do this one-handed. And that's why I think it's actually a really important skill to teach your dog, is to like only vocalize when something's happening. Cody, for example, will sometimes give a quick yelp. Sorry, excuse the bag. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I still don't edit, so I'm super sorry. Okay. Cody will yelp. Murphy, whatever it is, out of your mouth. Go on. Sincerely hope you didn't get a very, very big close-up of dog food there. My apologies. Anyway, so he sometimes yelps even if you put like a flat collar on him with a leash. And most of that is, okay. Most of that, all of that is just he's protesting that there is something on him. And he's learned that if he yelps, that someone will take it off him. Right? So for the first little bit, when we board him, we had to work on like, no, stuff is going on you. He's prong collar trained. Your prong collar is going on you. And you have to be really careful with him and really mindful, because he could pull against the prong collar and then yelp, and then he looks at you to see what your reaction is. He's a very smart dog. And the thing is, unfortunately for him, both Evan and I know that he's wearing the proper collar. We know that it's fitted correctly. We know it's in the right place on his neck. And it's funny too, because we've tried a couple different sizes on him, because his neck is just, there's so much skin there. So trying to get a proper fit was challenging. And he will not yelp if it's not in the right place, because it has no effect on him. He only yelps if you get it in the right spot where he knows that there's a consequence. I hope that makes sense. And I have done a lot of testing for this. So, like, the first time he did it, I did listen, and I took it off him and I checked his neck to see maybe I'd hurt him, maybe whatever. And then I didn't see anything, I didn't feel anything, and I put it on again and he yelped again. And so I felt around, like, I put my hand under the prong. There was still room enough for me to do that, which means the fit was okay. It wasn't sliding around. Because if it slides down, that means it's too big. And no, it was just, he didn't want that. And whenever something happens that he doesn't want, like if I have to put him in the crate because I'm going to run an errand and I'm not taking the dogs, when he first comes for boarding, he will like talk at me. He'll whine, or he'll bark at me as I'm walking away or something like that. And it's all just show. Like, he's fine in his crate. He is crate trained. He's got a bone. He's got water. Like, he's got everything he needs. He just is very, I'm gonna say entitled. Like, he's so used to getting his own way that as soon as he comes across something that's not his own way, he gets upset about that. And, sorry, I see headlights and I'm just wondering what's going on because I'm not walking on the road. Weird. And, sorry, okay. And that's fairly common, especially in dogs his age. Like, he's around 2. So he's still a puppy, mentally. And he's also large, and he knows that his weight can get him his way sometimes. Like, he has definitely shown that. He has tried to physically bully Evan. Like, tried to push him down the stairs. You know what I mean? Like, if he wants to go somewhere and Evan's in his way, he literally tries to muscle him out of the way. Which, of course, never works, because Evan is a human. And that just doesn't work. But he does know his size, and he knows that if he does things a certain way, it goes his way. So, that's can be a common challenge with dogs that don't have a lot of structure in their everyday lives or things like that. But what it comes down to is, like, all that said, he's not a bad dog. He's just a dog being a dog. Like, they are very opportunistic animals, because at the end of the day, they're animals, right? So if they think they can do something to the betterment of themselves, they're going to do it. And that's why it's sort of up to us to lead them into making better life choices. Yeah, you. Go on. Like, you'll watch him on walk or whatever. Cody, come! Are you giving me nonsense? Yeah. Good job. Okay, break. And, like, the obedience is there. When it comes to obedience, he's, especially on pack walk, he's actually one of my top dogs. Like, I'm not worried about his recall at all, ever, for any reason. I can put him, once he's settled into being with Evan and I again, I can have him in an off-leash heel, no problem. And even if he has, like, see, not that one, that's still alive. And as you can see, I can call him off stuff, no problems. Like, he loves sticks. He saw that tree that was in an unfortunate shape and decided that was the stick he wanted. But he called off it, no problem. So, like, the vocalization... Cody! Oh, sorry, bud. Good boy. Okay, go away. I know. He's like, what do you want, lady? I was hurting my sticks. Leave it. Go. Like, overall, he's a good dog. And he just has some issues. And whenever he tries that vocalization, and it comes up every once in a while, like, even the best dog, even Murphy, they have off days. That's just normal. And when he has an off day, then all we do is start back at square one. By that I mean, like, there are certain freedoms that, sort of like grounding a dog, right? Like, even Murphy, all I really have to do is tell him to go lay down and just, Cody, out, good boy. And that's enough to make him sad, because he doesn't get to be close to me, and it can be as simple as that. In Cody's case, he just gets put in a duration place. So he gets sent to his bed, and he has to stay there until we tell him it's okay to leave again. So he doesn't get the freedom to wander the house. Murphy tends to follow me during the day, not like get underfoot or anything, but just be wherever I am. And Cody is not allowed that same freedom if he's being a pill. If he is on top and on point of all his behaviors, then he has the same freedoms. Whatever it is, it's not going in your mouth. Cody, go on. Good. Yeah, it's like walking toddlers. But yeah, so I hope that made sense. I realize I've just been babbling for 15 minutes. I'm still sort of absorbing the state of emergency thing. So, yeah, I guess that's where we are. I mean, you guys will know as soon as I do when I can start pack walk again. And I know there are a bunch of people waiting on things like on leash group walks and other training things that I would really love to put together for you, but that's just not a thing I can do right now, unfortunately. So, yeah, sorry for the babble, a little bit longer than I anticipated, and I hope that made sense to you. The important thing is to determine, like, when your dog has something to say. Murphy, out, let's go. Thank you. No, Cody, you're fine. Get your stick. Cody, get your stick and leave that. Get your stick. Get that. There we go. It's just important to determine, like, when your dog is being a drama queen, and oftentimes it's that look. It's that look to see what your reaction is. Like, that's sort of the key. So if you find your dog is growling or barking and carrying on, whatever. Another good example actually would be Mac. So some of you might remember him, some of you might not. He was our old man. We had to put him down last year, or not last year. God, time has no meaning. 2019, we put him down, and he lost his trust in other dogs because we were taking him to dog parks and he got attacked 4 or 5 times within the period of around 8 months. And then once on the street, we were just walking on leash and he was attacked by 2 German Shepherds. All that to say, he lost faith in other dogs and he lost faith in me, that I let them get by me. In the case of the dog parks, like, there's nothing I can do. They're far enough from me that I couldn't control the situation. Like, obviously I controlled it as it was happening. And after that, what we caught on that he was doing is we would go through a bunch of extensive training, get him to where we thought he was in a good place again. We'd take him to a dog park because we were stuck in that mentality that, like, that's what he enjoyed. So that's what we were going to try and get him back to. And he would, on leash, before we even let him off, he would start growling and barking, and then you'd look at him and he'd look at you and he'd turn around. He was a smart bud too. But what he wanted is, he learned that if he behaves in that manner, that we would leave. And that's what he wanted. He wanted us to leave. So that's when we stopped doing dog parks and we started doing other things instead. And he improved. Like, he even came on pack walk every once in a while. And that's all it was. It's like, it was a vocalization that was designed to manipulate. So, okay, now we're almost at 20 minutes. If you've made it this far, thank you. I hope you guys are doing well. Never mind the circumstances. And I'm gonna try and do more videos so at least we can virtually walk together. If you have any questions about this video or any other, you know what to do. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. Oh, you're right here. Cheers.